Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in this video, I wanted to explain when to scale versus pause Amazon ads. And this is going to be an expert level decision framework. So without further delay, let's. So before proceeding, I wanted to explain the prefix that what this video is about. So this video is about not a tutorial or bid optimization guide. It focuses on decision making and not tactics. The goal is to reduce risk when scaling ads, and we will look at readiness before increasing speed. So this video is all about the decision making, about the frameworks, and when to pause or slow down the ads. And I'll explain in every slide and discuss on it in much more detail, so you guys need to slow or pause the ads. Now, why most sellers scale ad too early? Why they don't want keep it slow and they increase the ads too early? So because of this reason that they are looking for the short-term results which create false confidence. So they just want to go ahead, speed and run advertisement at high pace, and then eventually their business fail because they create a false confidence that my product is going to work no matter what, and they don't understand the market dynamics. So this is one of the confusion it creates. Now the next one is the ROAS hides deeper structure issues. So there can be a lot of structure issues in the product, in the advertisement. We don't have a proper, let's say if we don't have a proper framework, then this ROAS will have a lot more structural issues. We can have refunds, which will lower our profitability. We can have different circumstances, so where the ROAS will just hide those problems. We don't have to look on ROAS. There's a lot of other matrices also involved in it. Now, also the sellers, what they do is that they uh, ignore completely the inventory and cash flows. So they don't want to look at the inventory. Let's say they have 50 units and they are now at a speed they want to scale, but they cannot scale at a 50 inventory. The market is looking at 1,000 units in a month, and we just have 50, so we cannot scale with this inventory. We also need to look on this issue. Now, also, scaling amplifies weak system. So if let's say we have a weak system and we are now in the scaling mode, then it will amplify those problems and it will create major issues for us. So we need to fix those weak systems ahead of scaling. Now I will explain three conditions where we will check when and how we need to pause or uh, uh, slow down on advertisement. The first one is the stable unit economics. So if let's say we have a margin, we have a constant margins, then we can scale. We're okay with it. Ads should be uncontrollable. So if ads are uncontrollable, then we can scale and we don't need to pause or slow down on ads. And profit must survive small shocks. So there can be small shocks, and sometimes we'll have high refunds. Sometimes we will be low on sales, and we'll be having high on spend. So in this scenario, the profit should sustain and it should avoid small shocks. The next one is the unstable margins make scaling risky. So unstable margins will make the scaling so risky. So in that scenarios, we need to pause or slow down on the advertisement. Next one is the inventory can absorb growth. So if let's say inventory can absorb growth, it's going to be the inventory problem. So inventory is the whole setting for growth. So if we don't have inventory, then we cannot scale, as I mentioned earlier in the prefix. So stock coverage must support high demand. Let's say there is high demand of a product, so we should know that we have the available stock and we can go and scale it. Next one is the lead time should be predictable. So the lead times we know, if that is predictable, we can scale, or otherwise we need to pause or slow down on the ads. Now, buffer protect against delay. So we will also add buffer, as I explained in my previous video, that we should have a buffer, we should have a lead time, and all of things related to inventory has already been explained in the last video. So go check it out. So you'll have a much understanding of the inventory planning. However, in this video, this is one of the impact that we need to have a buffer, we need to have proper inventory planning, and we need to have a lead time. So the inventory should be planned accordingly for the growth. And then stock outs destroy momentum. So as I mentioned, that these stockouts will kill the momentum and we will lose the ranking. And now we have to again gain those rankings. The third condition is listing should be stable. Those listing has to be in a stable condition. They have the proper SEO being done. We are ready to scale with those listings. It should be one of the most important ones. The next one is the review velocity should be healthy. So we don't want to scale with 4.2 or less. We need to have at least 4.3 or higher reviews. So then we can scale at a much good pace. Now, no constant firefighting, and the next one is chaos should not scale. So if let's say we have a chaos, then scaling the chaos will create much more chaos. So we need to understand that those listings does not come with any chaos. We do not have negative reviews. We do not have any image issues. We have a high conversion rates on those listings, and then we can plan and scale those products. Now, when I pause or slow down on air, it won't be once I have a margin tightens. Let's say I'm very strict on my margin, so I cannot afford to lose. So in that scenario, I will slow or pause the ads. The next one is the inventory risk rises. If let's say I know that now my inventory risk are going too high, so I'll slow down rather than losing the rankings, rather than losing the buy box. So it could be one of the reasons that I can slow down on ads and pause the ads. The other one is I can also increase the price of a product to slower the sale volume. And this, while doing this, it will give me a room to expand my logistics, and it will give me a lead time. So this is also one of the things that it's doable. Now, next one, if PPC becomes unpredictable, then it's better to pause or slow down on it. Unpredictable means it's spending super high and your cost is high to the roof, and it's killing your margins. Of course, you need to take a decision and make it slow or pause it. The next one is external volatility increases. Let's say any external factor increases, then it can also give us an impact on our listing, and we need to slow down on the products, on the PPC. Now, how expert think about scaling? So it's much important that I want you to give the idea that how an expert thinks, so you guys can also think on your brand and take those decisions. So the first one is the protect downside first. So let's say if you are scaling and you have an inventory problem, you have unit economics problem, and you have the listing problems. So as I mentioned in my three conditions, if you have those problems, then it's better to protect it rather than going first on scaling. Next one is sustainable growth matters. So we are not looking for the maximum growth. We are looking for the sustainable growth. The growth needs to be sustainable, and we need to play a longer game rather than applying and going for a short game, because in short term we will make money, but those cash flow we earn, we will the next time we will spend those, and we will be if we look at a bigger picture, we will be at a break even. So we need to plan and play a slow game but a sustainable growth, and we need to maintain it. Now, pausing ads can be a discipline. It's a discipline because you don't want to waste your ads on something which you are out of stock and which you are getting clicks, but it's not converting. So you are losing rankings, and also you're losing ads. So it's better you lose rank, and you can save some of your cash flow. So in the next shipment, you can now push and go aggressive on your advertisement. And control beats speed. So you need to have a control on your whole PPC rather than going aggressive for speed, and eventually in the end of the month you are in loss and in a very huge negative. Now, my final thought. So my final thought is ads amplify system. So we need to have a system, a proper framework that I just explained with these three conditions. We need to satisfy these three conditions and then go aggressive on ads or either slow down. So we need to have this system, and then based on this system, now we can scale or lower our ads. The next one is a strong system scale. So we need to have a strong system rather than a weak system which will break eventually. So decide on your strong systems, create a strong system, create these three systems should be sustainable, and they have they should be strong, so then you can scale eventually. And you need to have a decision why you are spending, where you are spending, and how much you can expect from this spending. And if you have enough stock, if your listing is good enough, and you're in a good position, you don't have a cash flow issues, now you can spend. So based on these conditions, based on the cash flows, based on your listings, and based on your inventory, now you can decide whether you need to spend more or you need to pause or slow down on your advertisement. So this is the whole framework that I explain, and in my all videos, I take and create videos which are purely based on decision frameworks and which do not include the small tactics here and there. So if you are looking for more decision make videos or similar videos which gives you a mindset of how to have a sustainable growth and having experience in every single aspect of your e-commerce brand, then you are in the right channel and you need to subscribe it. So yeah, that's it from this video. If you have any question, don't hesitate to drop me a comment and I'll answer your questions. So this is Kavish. See you in the next video. Bye.